Howdy there, everybody. It's your friendly neighborhood Jake. I hate signing on with that, though, but we're going to keep it anyways.
Okay.
I'm Jake.
I'm JC. I'm still workshopping a sign-on.
Fair.
That's my sign-on.
That's your sign-on. I'm still workshopping. So we are here to talk about Digimon the Card Game. It's a new TCG that Atlantis is going to start carrying. We're very excited about this. We actually had a pre-release launch already, so that's how we were able to actually get some of the cards and everything. But the game is actually slated for much later, but we'll kind of get into that. So today we thought we would actually go over how the game is played to kind of generate some interest, because we're very excited about the game. And actually, at both stores, everyone's very excited. So we're just trying to get some of the word out there and kind of show you guys how it plays. For the purposes of this video, we are only playing with a half deck?
Really bad half decks. I'm probably playing with what they're gonna do as a pre-release. I opened 6 packs, and this is what I've got to work with.
That's fair. And I bought like a box, but I left all my stuff at home. So these are all JC's cards, so everyone thank him. We kind of dissected them a little bit just to kind of show different cards, what they can do, and kind of show you a turn order real quick and just kind of explain the mechanics of the game. We're not really playing to win. We're mostly playing for knowledge, and of course we're gonna have fun because I just love these cards and they're adorable. JC's cards are gonna be on screen. Mine are gonna be off screen, but I will kind of explain what's going on. I guess if we want to start, we'll start with our turn 1 and we'll kind of breeze on through it. Cool?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, he's gonna go first.
Okay.
Normally you decide by random decision making, rock, paper, scissors. So I would actually have to go first there, but he's going to go first for this demo. The memory gauge is what this entire game is going to be built around. Each player is going to, in pendulum fashion, spend resource points or memory and push towards the opponent's side. Once the memory enters the opponent's side, then your turn is going to end. Any effects will still resolve, so if you use an option card, which is basically like a spell or a trainer card, depending on what games you're familiar with, if you use an option card, you still get its effect even if you push the memory into the opponent's side. If you do not push the memory into the opponent's side, then they get to start their turn with 3 memory, effectively giving them an advantage of 3 or more in the game.
Why don't you show how like cost is generated on a card just with a random?
So in the upper left-hand corner is going to be a cost.
Boop, boop.
And if I play a cost of 3, I'm gonna move the memory counter over to their 3. Now, if you start with 5 memory on your turn, you play a 3 and go back down to the 2, you actually still have more memory to work with and your turn isn't over. And then if you spend another 3, it goes to the 1, you'll get that effect.
It's my turn.
And it's their turn. At the start of the game, you're going to have a deck and then a special egg deck, which does not count towards your maximum deck size, containing 0 to 5 digi eggs. You're going to create a security stack. They have to get through your security stack to attack you directly to win the game. Those are 3 security cards for this expedited game, but you normally play with 5. They function similarly to Pokemon's prize cards. All right, you want to start us off?
Yeah, okay. So, like you said, we're going to have this secondary deck of nursery cards, or digi-eggs is what they're called. So for this case, I already have one. I'm going to play it out. It doesn't cost anything, and this is my Kapurimon. It's pretty adorable, but you play that out, and then from my hand, it's like, okay, cool. Well, I have this lovely Gotsumon, which Gotsumon, I don't know if you can see it, it's tough. There's 2 different resource costs.
So on Digimon that evolve, you're actually going to get this second cost right here, which is if you are digivolving, if you're bringing it up from something 1 level below it in most cases, you're going to get a reduced cost. The other benefit to digivolving is that you get to draw a card whenever you digivolve.
Correct. So in this case, I'm going to play my 0 cost on my Kapurimon. Now kiss. Don't kiss, that's weird. So now the cards get stacked, and I now have a Gotsumon. And because of that, now my Gotsumon has an ability on the bottom of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So whenever you have, and I'm going to reveal my first egg a little early, whenever you have a Digimon that is evolved, it might have an ability that gets stacked underneath of another Digimon. It only is active when there's a Digimon above it.
Correct.
Likewise, if you have a Digimon that has any text effects, those are not going to be viable on Digimon once you evolve above it. So it's only that bottom section that's going to matter.
And of course, if it's only that Digimon and it doesn't have that text on top, so kind of like my Gotsumon has up here, if it doesn't have that text, it doesn't count. Same thing with down here. If I just played Gotsumon and it didn't have that and I played it, he would not have any abilities. So in this case, because of Kapurimon, my Gotsumon now has, while this Digimon has Reboot, which is a mechanic we'll go into later, it gets 1,000 DP. We're not going to get that because I don't have Reboot. So
No, I don't have Reboot yet.
So that costs me nothing, so our lovely counter does not move at all. And then I'm going to play flat out into my main phase, Guilmon. I don't have a Digi-Aid for Guilmon, but Guilmon, I can bring him out for the cost of 3. I now have a 3 cost, and because of that, take it the other way for you.
You want to be player 1? You want to be player 2?
Yeah, I'll be player 2, yeah.
Okay.
And then that way it kind of shows, yeah, there we go.
That works. Actually, yeah, that looks way better. All right, so that makes it my turn. The first thing I do on my turn, because I didn't start the game, is I get to draw. So I'm going to draw a card, and this is what an option card looks like. It has a different border than the Digimon, which normally have a white or, yeah, the Digimon have a white border, the option cards have a blue border.
Also says on the top of it, too.
It does also say the word option on the top of it. And it doesn't have an evolution cost. My second phase is going to be that, I call it raising phase. You said it's the nursery phase?
Nursery. I think they still call it the raising phase. It's just the nursery area.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to get a Cupimon.
That's adorable.
It is so cute. And
I love
it's a great card as well. When it attacks, if you have 5 or more security cards, you get to draw a card. We're playing a quick game, so I'm not going to have those, which is fine. I'm going to play Patamon on top of my Cupimon, which gives it that when attacking effect. I get to draw a card because I evolved. Then, for the second set of the game, I have to play something else out. So, to make the most use of that memory gauge, I want to play 1, 2, 3, 4 value worth of cards. Darkmon. So the reason I'm playing that out is A, whenever you play something out, it can't attack the turn it came out. And B, you actually can't do anything with your raising ones until you move it out during the raising phase. But we'll get to that on my next turn.
Yep. Oh yeah, it is my turn, huh?
It
you
is
only
your
left
turn.
me 1 though.
I
Man.
did only leave you 1.
Alright, this will be a quick turn. So in my case, I still have Goatsumon in my nursery area. So kind of to further elaborate on what JC was explaining earlier, any Digimon that's in my raising area or my nursery area cannot be attacked, cannot be touched, cannot even attack themselves. I can keep digivolving them and I can keep doing stuff to them, but JC has no way at all of interacting with that Digimon. But I also can't attack with it. So now I'm going to bring my Goatsumon out of the nursery area and put it on the board. So that way Goatsumon can do something if I wanted. But in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and digivolve my Guilmon into Growlmon, and his cost for digivolving is 2. But I'm going to put him on there. So now Guilmon is now Growlmon, and now I'm building a kind of a powerhouse Digimon. The red cards are very aggressive in that regard. I now have 2 different abilities. So now my Digimon on my turn, while there's 5 or more cards in my opponent's trash, which is the discard area, my Digimon's going to get 1,000 more power. And then same with when I'm attacking, or once I Digivolve Growlmon into its next phase, or next step. Evolution?
Digivolution,
evolution. The next level, when I attack with him, it can delete one of my opponent's Digimon if it's 2,000 DP or less. But I'm going to go and put that out because that cost was 2. It does go to you.
Yes, that is true.
But I only gave you 1 this time.
You did only give me 1 this time. All right, so I'm going to draw my card. I'm not going to move this out of the raising phase because I don't want him deleting it too soon. Instead, I'm going to evolve it again. Now, you might think, Patamon doesn't evolve into Gatomon. That's not how that works, and that's okay in the card game. Because in the card game, all that matters is the color. So I can keep bringing yellows up to yellows, but I can't put a blue on top of a yellow.
Correct.
Then I'm going to attack with my Darkmon for 4,000 Digipoints.
Oh boy. Let me see here. So I have my 3 security cards. It starts from the bottom. And so now what just happened is I had a skill card as one of my security cards. I did not get to pick this. This was completely drawn at random. But as in a security check, any spell cards or option cards, they're going to have almost in their ability area, like what I can do next. In this case, I'm going to activate my card's main effect, which is delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 DP or less. If I have a red tamer in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8,000 DP. I do not have a red Tamer card out because I don't have any Tamer cards. So, yeah, go ahead and delete one of your Digimon with 5,000 DP or less. Do you have anything like that?
You know, in fact, I do. I have 2 of them. However, one of them is still in the nursery, as you call it, so you can't target that one, which means that this is the only viable option.
Cool. And now that goes in my trash. So I now only have, in this case for the game, 3 more chances to live.
Partially because I drew it, and we want to show this off. I'm going to pay 4.
Okay.
For Mon.
Oh, I love Mon. It's my turn.
It is your turn.
It is my turn. All right, great. So I'm going to go ahead and keep stacking up on my Growlmon, and I am going to play my Skull Greymon, which has a cost of 3. Put that on top of Growlmon. So now I have the ability, like I said before with Growlmon, where now I can delete an opponent's Digimon with 2,000 DP or less when I'm attacking. And then on play, I can delete one of my opponent's Digimon with blocker, because that's right there where my finger is, what Skull Greymon does when played. It also has a little subtext there that says when played, when attacking, when opponent's turn, things like that. So it makes it very easy to understand later on. In this case, JC,
yeah.
Do you have any Digimon with blocker?
In fact, I do, and I was so excited to explain what blocker does, but I guess you got rid of it.
No, still explain it though.
So when an opponent's Digimon attacks, you may suspend or tap this Digimon in order to block. Now, most Digimon don't have blocker. It's a very uncommon ability if you're not playing black. Yeah, black and red I think have the most blockers. So if you don't have a blocker, they can just attack directly. It doesn't matter how many unsuspended, how many up and down Digimon you have, they can always go past them if you don't have a blocker. So blockers are going to be very important to this game moving forward.
Yep. And then, that being said, that cost was 3. Did we already do that?
So that costs 3, which puts you to 0. So your turn is not over.
My turn is not over, correct. So I can just do or die. Well, because I have a Skull Greymon and all these other cards, which I've gone from level 3, level 4, level 5, in my hand, I also have this lovely level 6 shiny. Can I just show that off?
It's
such a good card. Look at how pretty War Greymon is now. Not that there was anything wrong with War Greymon before, but it's so pretty and shiny. They did an amazing job on these cards. But this beautiful card's gonna beat you up because I'm gonna Digivolve them into War Greymon. So now this is my entire card. All these cards stacked on top of each other, and this is my Digimon. So now I'm a level 6 Digimon. When Digivolving War Greymon, his ability is this Digimon gains security attack +1. So now anytime I swing on him, it's actually going to hit.
Hold up.
Twice. What?
This turn.
I can't because
you just paid another 3 to Digivolve.
Yeah. No, I'm not swinging yet. I'm just explaining.
Okay. Which makes it my turn.
Yeah. And then anytime it is my turn, that's the other thing. This Digimon doesn't activate any security skills, an option card it checks for the other opponent, or for my opponent. So in this case, when I attack, it's safe, and I get to do it twice.
So it doesn't trigger any option skills or
Correct.
tamer skills, but it will
Digimon.
still have to fight through any Digimon that it comes across.
Which we'll get there at that point. But okay.
I was hoping for the demo you'd attack before you play that. Do you want to go back and attack with either of them?
If that's how your demo was, we can do that.
Just so we can show off everything and keep on a reasonable time pace.
Yeah. Can you do a rewind with me? Okay, cool. So we're back with Skull Greymon, who has 7,000 DP. So I'm going to go ahead and swing with my Skull Greymon.
So that's gonna suspend it or tap it in various games.
You can't see it, but I just turned it.
Which will reveal.
What is it?
A 6,000
Digimon.
Digimon.
To do it. Okay, cool.
So, when you have Digimon battling each other, you're going to compare this number at the top. I have no effects that raise this 6,000. He, I think, does have an effect that makes this an 8,000, so it's going to knock mine out. If this was a 10,000, I would then knock his out. However...
And then my plans would be foiled.
However, the security Digimon does not does not come into play. It is a one-time battle. It pops up out of nowhere, fights, and goes right back away.
And now, because it's still my turn, because we're at 0 still, now is the time when I will play my War Greymon. And now it is your turn.
All right, draw my card. I'm going to move my Digimon out of the raising. Then I'm going to evolve Godamon into Mistymon. Now, Mistymon has on play 2 of my opponent's Digimon, which is both of them, get minus 3,000 DP for the turn.
Oh no.
Which is going to destroy Your Gutsumon?
No.
Unless it has a plus 1,000 from its previous stage.
Well, this Digimon has reboot. No, it doesn't have reboot.
Alright, so that's going to destroy the Gatsumon. And it's going to bring the War Greymon down to a manageable 8,000.
For this turn.
For this turn.
Okay.
If we were playing a normal game, Gatumon's sub-ability...
While you have 2 or more security cards, this Digimon gets...
Sorry, I'm using all the shiny cards.
Yeah, they're very shiny, which is cool. If you like shiny cards, this is the game for you.
If you have 3 or more security cards, which I don't, it gets plus 1,000. And Cupimon has, if you have 5 or more security cards, you draw when you attack. So yellow has a theme that deals with your security cards.
Yeah.
So I would actually be able to attack with my 8,000 and be able to take on his 8,000 War Greymon. Unfortunately, it's not going to work with the abridged game, so I can't attack it. Now, you can choose to attack your opponent, or you can choose to attack their Digimon if their Digimon is suspended.
Correct.
So, attacking that War Greymon would be able to stop him from taking away more of my security cards if I had the ability, if I had enough to do that.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't. So instead, oops. I was going to play this option card. However, option cards are interesting because you can only play them if you have a Digimon or Tamer of the appropriate color. So I can't even play this blue option because I've set up the game to be playing the yellow Digimon. So I'm actually going to have to pass turn and just give him 3 memory because I have nothing else I can play.
Yes. Oh wait, you should have swung. Go ahead and rewind that back.
Then I can't Digivolve.
Well,
you'll attack my guy instead of attacking me.
There was a reason for this, remember?
Yes. Okay. So I'm not gonna pass the turn. I'm gonna attack.
Cool. So you're gonna attack. What are you gonna attack, JC?
I'm attacking you directly because I don't feel like dying to a War Greymon.
It's a wise choice. So my security card is... Oh, okay, cool. So for mine, it's Spider Cannon, which on security, activate this card's main effect, which for ease of access, down here is a security check. It says activate the main thing, main ability. It's that stuff up there. Trigger D-Digivolve 1 on one of your opponent's Digimon. Trash 1 card from the top of one of your opponent's Digimon. It was that simple, folks. And that's it. So now he has a D-Digivolve Pokemon.
Digimon.
Wow, Digimon. Has
I
a
don't
D-Digivolve
think,
Digimon.
and again, I'm really still learning the rules. I don't think that card actually would go off because it's a black card and you only have red Digimon and Tamers at the moment.
Oh, that's a good point. We'll figure that out.
We'll figure that out later.
If you figure it out, let us know too.
Definitely.
This
game really did come out within the last week. I don't know the rules very well yet.
But it's fun.
Yes.
Okay, and then that was the turn.
Yep, your turn.
So I'm gonna untap or unsuspend my War Greymon, and that's really all I have. So at this point, I'm now going to just swing with my War Greymon.
Are you attacking me or Gatomon?
I'm tagging your security cards.
All right, so because of War Greymon's effect, the security doesn't matter on this. But most Tamers in the game have the security effect that if they get revealed from your security deck, you get to put them straight into play. So this is not going to come into play because I am trying to abide by the cards. But Tamers are cards that currently you can't interact with. Once they're in play, they are in play. They are ongoing effects. So for Magic players, these are the enchantments or maybe artifacts, but mostly enchantments of the game.
And for Pokemon, I'd say it's equivalent to like stadiums.
It's a stadium card, except that you can
get rid of stadium cards, but it's very niche and you gotta have the cards for it.
Oh, no. In Pokemon, can you have multiple stadiums at once?
No, only one.
In Digimon, you can have all of the stadiums, all the Tamers you want.
That's right, yeah.
You can have multiple of the same, they're not legendary, and you and your opponent can have multiple each. It's not one global effect. You're able to have multiple of them.
Cool. Well, on that note, I think we've kind of covered all the basis of the cards.
Yep.
You'll never know who won this, but tune in next time for the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball. No, I was kidding.
The way the game ends is if you run out of cards in your deck, which is the one downside to Digivolving a lot, is you will deck yourself in some cases. Or if they attack you directly when you have no security cards in play. There are no other ways to win.
I was gonna do that. We hope that this demo was exciting. I've had fun.
I also had fun.
For what that little bit
was.
I mean,
it was staged, but I still enjoyed that.
Yeah, I kind of want to get my deck now and actually actually just like, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
We're gonna go. No.
There's no harm in wanting to collect the cards for the nostalgia and the artwork. This is really
Very
good
true.
artwork. They do an amazing job with the foiling.
I'm pretty sure these are like my favorite art cards out of like any game that we have currently. Personally, I think they're the best. That is something that we're gonna be carrying from now on. Once we get it back in stock. When was the release date?
I believe it's end of January, early February.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in there. Due to COVID, shipping has been a little bit finicky for a lot of companies. So keep an eye on our Facebook when we officially have it in stock.
Absolutely. They sold out within 45 minutes when we first got them.
I want to see the people have the ability to play this game.
Exactly.
You will know when we have cards because I want you to be able to get these cards.
Absolutely. And anytime you want to stop by and talk about it, we're more than happy to. But thanks for joining us today. We hope that this was informative. We hope that it was fun. If you have any questions, again, let us know. And with that being said, they don't use that theme song anymore.
Oh no, what's the new theme song?
It's actually a banger. I'm not gonna
stop
lie.
The video to go.
All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye.